Ladies and gentlemen, please give a special welcome to the host, executive producer, and writer for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Mr. Stephen Colbert.
Hey, everybody. Good evening. Oh, this is lovely. It's nice to be back. Thank you. It's an honor to be back at the IAVA Heroes Gala. Last time I was here was in 2015. So, anything in America changed since then? I don't watch the news. Sober. Now, I was sorry I wasn't able to join you last year. I was going to, but at the last minute, I got a deferment for a bone spur. I'm fine now. Those things go away so conveniently. But it's gonna be a long 10 minutes. This is my third time at the IAVA's annual Heroes Gala, the hat trick as we call it in the benefit biz. So honored to be back here. Those of you here in 2011 know that I was given the IAVA's Civilian Leadership Award, which means if there are any civilians here, I am your leader. You must obey me while you are in Cipriani. And since our Commander-in-Chief is out of the country right now, as an official civilian leader, I believe I'm now in charge of the nuclear launch codes. Just to make sure everyone is safe, I'm going to do something that assures our president will never use the launch codes by changing the launch code to the phrase, "I lost the popular vote." He'll never touch them. We know that the world is a very troubling place right now, and our Commander-in-Chief has threatened to order troops into many troubled regions. North Korea, Syria, the NFL. Just so you know, I want to be clear to all the troops and the veterans here, I have never taken a knee during the anthem. Or even while tying my shoes. This is how I do it. Like that. I keep my hammies loose for liberty. That's the groin muscle of, oh shit. Well, I hope the view is good because I can't get back down. We do live in an uncertain time. And there are members of our military right now fighting in a very unstable area with no end in sight. Obviously, I'm talking about General Mattis, General Kelly, and General McMaster. We need to get our boys out of there. It's a quagmire. But I am sincerely happy to be with you tonight because with the way our country is divided, I am given a rare hope by being in a room of people like this, who regardless of your political affiliations, can all agree on one thing. We must always support those who stepped up to defend this country. And tonight, I'm here once again to thank everybody at the IAVA because in a world of social media outrage, where everybody just talks about our problems, the IAVA consistently is out there doing something. No one is fighting harder for veterans' issues. Like last year, when they took a stand in the National Guard bonus scandal. You may remember that our troops were asked to pay back the bonuses they earned because somebody made an accounting error at the Pentagon. At least, I think it was the Pentagon. Could have been the hexagon. They're not great at counting over there. But thanks to the IAVA, the troops got those bonuses back. The IAVA supports all men and women who have served, and I think that officially now includes Robert E. Lee, because General Kelly said we should honor both sides, and if you think about it, it doesn't help to think about it. The IAVA does so much for the troops, and no one is a better advocate for dealing with the veterans' everyday hassles than Paul Rieckhoff, or, as he's asked me not to call him, the Hasselhoff. When I met Paul 10 years ago, he was a guest on my old show, The Colbert Report. And I can say without hesitation that over the 10 years I did that show, he was by far one of my baldest guests. And he also took the time to sit down with all of our staff on multiple occasions and talk to us about the military in ways that we could understand. He was an invaluable advisor for me and my producers and my writers and my entire production team, so we could understand in some way the troop experience. Because I personally have never served. I tried to join, not the military, Taylor Swift's Girl Squad, but I did not get in because, again, bone spurs, and Taylor moves very fast. But through Paul and him answering the questions of my staff, we tried to learn how to speak to the troops, what their concerns were, and what jokes they might want to hear when they were over in Iraq. And with this help, we partnered with the USO to take the show to Iraq and perform at the Al-Fa Palace. Are there Iraq vets here tonight? People who went to the Al-Fa? Well, then you know I don't have to tell you that this banquet hall is slightly less gaudy than Saddam's bathroom. Although Cipriani has a much nicer spider hall. Now, if you're a veteran here tonight, I want to thank you for your service and for all you do. And if you're an IAVA staff member, thank you for continuing to serve your fellow veterans. And if you're here as a donor or a sponsor, thank you so much for digging down deep to help this mission keep going. And if you're currently on stage giving a speech, I'm being told you should please wrap it up. But before I do, I want the veterans who always have our back to know that we will always have the IAVA's back, because they will always have the veterans' back. Somehow, all three of us are behind each other's backs at the same time. It's a glorious, patriotic menage a back, a human back-a-pede, if you will. Now, before I go, I want to congratulate tonight's honorees. But since we're at Cipriani's, I have also been asked to congratulate all the other events renting this hall this week. So best wishes to the happy couple, Alan and Kimberly. You guys are going to make it. Mazel tov to Danny on his bar mitzvah. Today you are a man. Make sure you hit up Willie Geist for a gift, Danny. That guy's got MSNBC money. Thank you again for having me this year and again next year. That's right, Paul. I just booked myself. Good night.